All right, we're gonna visit one of the kings in the history of fragrance, in my opinion. Okay, probably one of those in the way back then was Polo Green. That was a king, in my opinion. Then you're talking about maybe CK1. All right, and then you're talking about Aventus, of course, Bleu de Chanel, Dior Sauvage. All right, those are the kings of the fragrance world. But I do think Azzaro Chrome is got to be up there, in my opinion. All right, my name is Dave. Welcome to my place. Now we're revisiting this for a couple of reasons. Number one, I want to see if the current formulation is as good as what I remember way back then. Second thing is, I want to see if the current formulation smells outdated, if this DNA smells outdated. Now, as you could tell, I bought a bunch of these from the series. Right here's the pure, right here is the extreme, and here's the aqua, and here's the summer version. I don't know if I have other bottles, but because I have too many bottles, so I'll put them away in the trunks or big box and just put them away. I don't recall. Anyway, with that said, we're talking about Chrome, the original. It came out in 96, but I gotta tell you, I just sprayed it on before I started the video. The DNA is not outdated. It still smells very modern. It's kind of strange how 96, we're talking about more than 26 years ago, and yet the DNA is still as fresh, as metallic, as modern, as usable, as versatile nowadays. So with that answers my first question. The DNA still is good. So in case if you're interested about picking this up, it's about 20 plus. I picked it up for 20 or under 25 for this size. I think 75 mil. It's hard to tell. This size, this is such an awkward size. I can tell from the stickers, but wait, give me a second. What am I thinking? I'm sorry, 100 mil. I do apologize to you. 100 mil in this awkward shape. The atomizer is perfectly good. Sorry about the fingerprint. I try so hard to wipe this down. But anyway. So number one, that DNA is still good. I gotta tell you, it dawned on me when I was wearing it recently. It smelled very similar to Chanel's Platinum Egoist because of the metallic note. And this one is right there. The chrome, the name tells you, is a metallic. Yes, absolutely metallic. So that answers the first question. DNA is good. Second question, the formulation nowadays, is it what I remember? No. I remember it's a lot more piercing. It's a lot more fresh. It's a lot more metallic. But then again, it was one of my first experience to fragrance. So I'm sure the memory has changed or faded or played tricks on me. Like your first love, right? It just feels a lot stronger and more emotional. So I think that's it, okay? So that's too bad because it's not as powerful as what I remember, but it's still good. I would say, comparing to my memory when I was a little puppy, I would say about 80% or 75% similar, just because of the strength. It was a lot more powerful back then. Okay, so that answers my second question. Now, as far as if you have not smelled this before, what does it smell like? Well, the vibe, there's a bunch of notes in here, okay? I'm not gonna go through all of them, but what I could tell you is what I can pick up right now, right away, is the lemony. Okay, let me spray again for the very top. It's been 3 to 5 minutes since I sprayed it. So very top, I'm getting the citrusy, very strong citrus, and it's obvious that it's lemon, but there's some bergamot in the along with it as well. But then the rosemary is very, very strong. That comes right away. So the citrus with the rosemary, and rosemary really is a very distinctive type of floral note that it's. Once you smell it, you go, okay, that cannot be mistaken with anything else. But because of the accompanying notes, you're going to get a lot of stuff like neroli, fresh cedar woods. I'm getting some musk. That's coming through very strong. Okay, you could say, well, I do smell some maybe sandalwood in the back. Shower gel type of smell, but in a very pleasant way. Yeah, I mean, if you want to say shower gel in a negative way, I don't know if I agree with you because Sometimes I play tricks on myself that, you know what, any smell that is fresh could be said to be having the shower gel type of scent, right? Since they have a lot of variety of scents in shower gel. So I don't necessarily say that's a bad thing, but it's just a way of conveying that it's clean, a very fresh and clean type of vibe. And I like that. I like that. There's a fruity notes in here. So the fruity notes is a surprise to me. From way back then, I don't recall the fruity notes. And what I remember the most was the metallic, metallic plus the metallic fresh, yeah, plus the just a shiny. It just feel like chrome, you know. It feels like shiny. That's kind of weird to say, but it does feel that way. And the name is perfectly suitable for this. So, you know, I mean, with that said, I think this is. I gotta say, I'm gonna claim this to be a no-brainer. However big bottle that you pick up is worth it, because right now for this type of quality, for this type of good smell, it's less than 25 bucks. And if you could pick up 200 ml bottle, you can spray it away. That's what I do. Okay, so the smell itself, just remember, it's a bunch of citrus. It's the metallic type of note. It's fresh and clean with some fresh cedar. Yeah, I do pick up that cedar. It's nice. This is one of those nice cedar that's playing along with, you know, the woodiness. Yes, very inoffensive for sure. All those terms that you could use, you could say is bright. Okay, fresh and bright. It's springy, summery. It's gonna be perfect. Now the longevity, for on my skin is on the weaker side. Okay, I would say maybe half a day, 3 or 4 hours. I wish it could be last longer, maybe like 5 or 6, but to me it's like 3 or 4. And I don't remember when I first bought it a year or two ago, how was the performance. Okay, yeah, I should have tested them, but don't know. Anyway, if anybody have one of the older bottle, if you could let me know how's the longevity and projection. I do really like this scent. I think it's a no-brainer type of scent that you should pick up. If you have any nostalgia for this, it's still worth it. Oh, there's pepper as well. I'm getting that. I'm getting a bit of that. Yeah, there's a peppery notes. That's like peppery. That's spicy. Okay, making spicy. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of stuff, a lot of different categories, but it's all in here. This is good stuff. I think I'm biased with this one, but even without the bias, I'm stepping back and just as a newbie to this fragrance, I still think it's awesome. It's still very awesome. That's why in the beginning, when I first started, I almost did not want to tell you the year that it came out, because it does not smell outdated. It doesn't smell old. Okay, not at all. Yeah, this is a nice one. But like I said, you can say, some people may think, well, it's kind of shower gel. I get that, but I keep trying to emphasize it's not in a bad way. Okay, so that's one of the maybe the negative that people could say, but to me, that's a good thing. So for this, other than the longevity not as good as so powerful as before, I think this is like a 9 out of 10 fragrance nowadays. Okay, disregard the bias of nostalgia reason. Nowadays, you could pick this up for under 30 bucks. It's a 9 out of 10 or 9.5 out of 10. I think it's that good. I like this. Yeah, I like this one. Now, I do want to say the also the along with lack of longevity, the second thing is I think it's a little bit more watery than I recall. I just remember it was so metallic and sharp, and in a good way. But right now, after maybe less than 10 minutes, I'm smelling the wateryness. I mean, literally water, W-A-T-E-R. Yeah, the watery vibe to it. I don't know if that's the reformulation that's creating that, but yeah, that's what I'm getting. So that's a little bit of a minus on that. Okay, but you know, for scents being this long, just like Agua di Gio, Giorgio Armani, same thing. I smell a lot of the wateriness, and I gotta believe that's from the water down. Okay, I don't recall having that the original version. Same thing with this one. I don't recall that. So I gotta think. Probably it's watered down. But hey, for under 25 bucks, I'll take it. And for them to be able to keep that scent super similar and very, very, very true to what it was, yeah, I'll take it. Okay, it's extremely versatile. Like I say, it's great for the warm season, but I'm gonna use this in the cold season as well. I keep mentioning about the freezing effect of wearing summer fragrances in the winter, and some of them give us that freezing, piercing, awesome piercing effect, and that is really, really cool. So when the wind's blowing and you get that, the freezing cold wind coming through, that is really awesome. It's kind of give me chills sometimes when I'm wearing the very, very chilling type of fragrance, and it's great. I like that. Okay, I would put this one as good as the CK one. They're right there in the same ballpark. It's very different than Issey Miyake, L'Eau d'Issey, but I think that one has more. It's a little bit more interesting because of the yuzu, but this one is a different vibe. I mentioned it because all of them are very classic from way back then. So if you doing a comparison, they're not the same vibe. This blueness in here, yeah, I could tell. I could say it's watery blue. Yeah, a lot of things I could say. But the Issey has more character in the yuzu, and this one is more of a blue metallic. Okay, so I love this one. Like I said, 9.5 out of 10. Anywhere, anytime, versatile. Nothing offensive about this. You could say similar to some things right now. Yeah, this DNA is so good that a lot of fragrances probably copy it, but I don't have anything exactly like it. Maybe from the same line, but with that said, it still stand up for itself. Okay, it stood this test of time. Okay, just a super quick review on this awesome classic Azzaro Chrome that smell super super suitable for today's day and age. Ta-da! Thumbs up, love it. See you next time.